Well, hello, I'm Nathan Judo. I'm here with Joe Edwards as ever. It is our little Wolves weekly update. Joe, getting exciting now. 2-3 weeks before a season restart. Fingers crossed. I think things are getting amped up now, aren't they? It's nice. It's nice to have a smile on our faces for once.
I know there's been some glum times, some down in the doldrums days, but football's coming back, all being well, in a few weeks. So not long now, we should be seeing Wolves back on that pitch. Not as we would like it, of course, but it's better than nothing.
So in terms of training, Joe, and where they are at this moment in time, what are they and aren't they allowed to do, and how can they build that further with only 2.5 weeks? I know we haven't got the schedule yet, but 2.5 weeks probably away from a season restart. It's not a lot of time, is it?
It's not a lot of time at all, actually, and they began contact training last Thursday. The club kind of put out some photos and a bit of video from that. Looked like bit of kind of seven aside stuff kind of going on, and kind of small sided games. There was, Raul Jimenez absent. Apparently, told he was for a baby scan. There's been some rumours about that. Where's Raul? But
No, mate. I've seen him. I've seen him at Carrington today.
yeah, so nothing to worry about. And in terms of what they can do to kind of step things up over these next weeks, couple of weeks, they are looking into the possibility of getting a friendly on, or possibly a couple of games against another teams, if you want to say, just to get a feel for that competitive edge and actually playing a game of football before the season restarts at West Ham. So nothing is set in stone just yet. There'd be obviously a fair few details to iron out, but it's something that is being looked into.
Yeah, and look, you'd want to play it against some competitive-ish games, you'd have thought, because this is a longer break than the players have ever had. And after a season, this is a long time coming, and yet going into the next season, you're looking at 6, 7, 8 friendlies sometimes. So the fact that they've had even longer of a break and that they're only going to have one or two at best is pushing as it is.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the Premier League teams will be in the same boat. I think Brighton's chief exec came out and said we want to get a friendly on if we can. I guess the thing about it is there's a lot being put in place to make sure that these Premier League games take place. The actual official restart of the season. Will those resources be available for friendlies? Well, the answer is probably not. So it's trying to work around that and make sure you can still do the relevant, temperature checks and all the safety measures, the stricter safety measures that have got to be in place for a friendly, to whether they are available. So if it's possible, I don't see the reason why not to do it, because even though Wolves have played a game behind closed doors this season at Olympiacos, at least they have some experience. I don't think another game or another two games against a competitive opposition would hurt at all.
Yeah, look, whether they play against competitive opposition or themselves or the 23s, you would expect them to try and replicate match day atmosphere and the situation around what's going to happen when they have these final four games at Molineux before it all starts, because they players want to get used to it. And if Wolves can do that, if they're playing on piping music in and having testing and social distancing, it would be great for the players and the staff to know what to expect when they end up having that first game at home.
Yeah, you want a dress rehearsal, didn't you, or a trial run? You want to know kind of what you're getting yourselves in for, because it's not just Wolves, it's the whole of the Premier League are entering the unknown. No one really knows what to expect. So if you can kind of prepare yourselves for it in some way, that's obviously ideal. As we say, looking into it, seeing what can be done, what can't be done. I mean, it could be that they decide not to do it and just decide to do in-house things. I mean, there's plenty of lads in the 23s, so that would be possible if they wanted to play against the under 23s and just do that at Compton. But if you could do it, get a game on against another team, perhaps even a championship side, and get it beyond closed doors and money, just to give give yourself that preparation for the season getting back underway.
And with regards to the season restarting, of course, they're at West Ham. We still don't know an exact date of that game, do we?
No, not yet. It's a bit of a waiting game, of course. Fans, I mean, I guess it's a bit more by the by than it would be, because you don't have to know when you're going to travel down there or anything like that. But all the games are going to be broadcast in some way, so you want to know what time to look out for it and things like that. There's been a rumour that it'd be on the Friday night, but I mean, there's nothing to confirm that as of yet. It'll be on that weekend at some point. Of course, there's various kick-off times. It could be an early Saturday, it could even be late on a Sunday night. We just don't know yet, but we're just counting down the minutes, counting down the hours to see Wolves back in action, and hopefully they can kind of build from where they were before the break. They're in a great run of form. It was 5 games unbeaten, risen to 6th in the table. So if they can be anything like they were before the break, they'll be onto something.
And if we find out about friendlies or a date for the West Ham game, who will be the first to know?
Hey, you guys. Yeah, we'll tell you.
Yeah, you guys. Great stuff. Podcast later on this week, and we'll hear from you in this kind of video scenario, same time, same place, in about 7 days' time. Thank you very much, Joe.
Bye-bye.